There was times where we didn't think we were going to make it. There were times where we didn't know where the next, payment was going to come from to keep.
All right, so this is our first podcast we're ever doing on the show. If you guys know me from my YouTube channel, my name is Tyrese Collins, and with me I have my father, William Collins, who just released or is going to release a new book this summer. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Almost there, yeah. It's called Respect the Struggle. The book will be out in June. We're doing pre-order sales right now, in fact. So go get it on the website. Check the link below.
What was the struggles in your life like that we need to respect, and the message you're telling other people to respect their struggle too? They can't just have it right away, right?
Oh, that's right.
So let's start. What are some of the struggles that you felt like hit home?
Well, before I say that, we have to understand the context of where this comes from. You know that you and Candace were the inspiration for the book.
Okay.
And I tell this story all the time, because when you guys were in high school or just starting college, you guys were doing these programs where you had, these entrepreneur mindsets, and you were trying to build this business, and you were trying to figure out what to do. And constantly you guys were on YouTube and on social media saying, oh, so-and-so got 10 million views. Oh, so-and-so, they're making millions of dollars just passive. There's passive income. Oh, I should be able to do that. And why can't I do that tomorrow? And that's where Respect the Struggle came from, because the answer to your question when you were asking that was, you need to understand that the struggle is necessary. The people that get, millions of dollars and millions of views overnight, majority of those people don't know what to do with that, and they end up losing it. And they end up in a very short period of time bankrupt. They say 80-90% of people that win the lottery go bankrupt within like 5 years.
Okay.
Because you don't have the skill set to handle that. That's what Respect the Struggle is. You have to understand that the struggle is necessary. The difficult times are necessary. And I think even now, you guys are learning that. Are you not?
Yeah, I feel like we're definitely learning that. I do feel like because of the way social media is now, you got TikTok,
right?
Which these kids are blowing up in seconds,
right? And it seems so easy, right?
Like I'm over here like posting videos on the regular. And shout out to supporters. If you guys can support, make sure you smash that subscribe button. What would you say? Respect the struggle. So what would you say your success, other people's success you're explaining, is views on YouTube and TikTok and things like that? So what did you say when you were like, okay, I'm successful? When did you hit that moment?
See, here's the thing. I don't even really at this moment feel like I've hit the potential that I think I could, right? Like, so I feel like there's a level of success, but you don't ever want to be, oh yeah, I made it. You don't ever want to be sitting back on your laurels and feel like you made it, because at that point, then there's nothing left for you to do, and you don't have that thing that's making you strive.
So what is the fine line between contentment and complacency?
Ooh, good question.
Like how do you know when you reach that line, or that where you're like, oh shoot, man, I'm not content anymore. Now I'm complacent. I need to kick it up a notch.
Well, here's what I do. I talk about a little bit of in the book when we talk about contentment. Contentment is if you set a goal and you strive to get there and you get that goal, there needs to be a level of celebration, a level of, okay, I did that. I accomplished that, right? But you don't ever want to be complacent, overconfident to the point where you feel like, oh, well, now I'm big dog. I don't got to do nothing else. You can't touch me anymore. Yeah. Because when you get to that level, then respect goes out the door. You don't respect the work that it took to get there. Contentment is understanding the challenges that it took to get there. And yes, we achieved it. Okay, now let's go take it to the next level. What's the next thing I want to do?
What is your next goal then? I mean, currently, I don't know if people know what you do. So if you would like to explain, okay, you say you're successful, but not to the point where you want to reach your goal. So what is your goal, and what does that look like? What is your career? What are your paths?
Yeah, well, first of all, you need to know something. Your career, your financial, all of that isn't everything, right? It's about life. It's about meaningful positions and helping people. It's about service to others. It's about sharing God's love with other people. I think at the end of the day, for me, to answer your question, what have I done? I feel like I haven't done enough. I haven't done enough to serve people, and that's my goal. That's why I say it's never going to be quite where I want it to be. Yeah. Because I want to continue to serve, but my career, business, entrepreneur endeavors have been around real estate. And I talk about that in the book a little bit because we been doing real estate for about 20, 22 years. We went through good times. I got in about 2001. And then in about, we all know what happened in 2004, 5, 6, where the market was rocking and rolling, exceptional. And then what happened? 2007, 8, 9.
Yeah.
And market just really went down. And that's where the struggle happened for us. And you saw it coming up, man. Yeah. We went from being okay to being, we don't know what's going to happen next, right? Yeah. And what I learned throughout that process while helping other people succeed and thrive in that environment, specifically when it comes to real estate, helping investors, they were buying cash properties for next to nothing, and they were investing in short sales and renting them out. And I looked at that and I went, why can't I do that?
Yeah.
Why aren't I taking advantage of this opportunity? So in that period of time, it was necessary for me to go through that struggle, for us to go through that struggle,
right?
So that now that we see the other side of that, I have the skill set, the lessons, the ability to navigate what I need to be in a better position to capitalize on those situations.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we're in another height of the market right now. You're selling real estate.
Yeah,
you tell me.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I want to touch base because I feel like as a kid and living in that environment during 2008, you guys did a very good job hiding the struggle. Can you go a little bit more in depth of like the mental breakdowns? How you mentioned your faith, how you leaned on God, like how you came together as a family. And not just like the financials, but how did you, like, as a family and your marriage and things like that? How did
okay, you getting deep with me,
how did that work out? Like I remember we were folding bologna in half to make sure we're saving slices.
You didn't tell them about the bologna, man. You told them about the bologna. You don't even know,
we're
man.
folding the bologna. We had a packet of bologna. We took a piece.
What you know about fried bologna?
You folded it in half, and it made your sandwich thicker. You got to save some slices,
right,
for the week moving on.
Don't forget the top ramen, the Spam. We were lovers of Spam. Yeah, man. No, you do. You get creative, but I'm going to tell you something. That came from the childhood, because the fried bologna sandwiches and the Spam sandwiches and the tuna fish sandwiches, that was all necessary. Like, we had no choice, right? That's just what life was. I didn't know any different.
Yeah.
So for me to go through that again and have to go, okay, look, we got to make some adjustments. We turned the TV off for a few years, if you remember that.
Yeah.
We didn't have no cable.
Yeah.
Part of that was financial. Part of that was because I wanted to raise you in an environment where you didn't have these outside influences.
Right.
That was a bigger part of it than finances. There were things like that where we had to recognize, being able to navigate through credit challenges and issues financially, set up the skill set to be able to go, hey, you know what? If I need to do that again, we can.
Yeah.
And I hope that you saw that. I hope that you recognize that, did we hide it? Maybe that's what we didn't want you to see with some of those things. But I think it was something that, again, we had to go through. It's something that was necessary.
Do you remember how much debt you accumulated through those years?
I can't give you specific numbers, but it was quite a bit. Not going to lie.
Okay. And when did you finally were like, okay, we paid off that debt? We were like, yeah, we did it. We paid off that debt.
It was probably around 2014, 2015, going into 16.
Okay,
where
so
we
about
felt
8
like
years.
Oh, for sure.
8 years of debt.
Yeah.
Credit card debt.
Right.
How did you pay off that debt? I mean, 8 years of debt. This just seems like a long time of distress, of like worrying about making sure you meet those payments every single month.
Yeah. I'm not a big follower of Dave Ramsey. I mean, I know his concepts a little bit, and neither here nor there, but I did devour a lot of investment books, a lot of financial books. Of course, the Rich Dad, Poor Dad stuff, The Millionaire Next Door, The Automatic Millionaire, and it makes me proud to see that you got some of those books sitting right there right now.
Right here, man. Good reads.
But it gave me the mindset of investing. So, the focus there was not even so much, hey, how are we going to pay this off, but how do I do it in a way that when it's paid off, I never have to worry about it again?
Yeah.
And how do I do it in a way that basically I know that if this were to ever happen again, I've got things in place that are creating passive income that are going to allow us to be able to, maintain our lifestyle where we are. And Lord knows I don't have all the answers, but it's the lessons that I learned through real estate and real estate investing that got us there. So taking that one step at a time, you pay off one bill, right? I think this is a Dave Ramsey strategy. You pay off one bill, and then you take the payment that you would have made on that one, and you add that to the second credit card. You pay that off, right? And then you take those two payments, and now you add that to whatever else you're paying. And you slowly begin to. It's a long term. Yeah, absolutely.
Snowball
those
effect.
Those are strategies that have been out there. Yeah. I did the envelope strategy. The envelope strategy is you write on the envelope what it is that you're trying to pay off, and every extra dollar, every extra cent, every extra penny goes into that envelope until it's paid off. I don't care where it comes from.
This is a little bit off topic. Is the market going to crash?
Oh man!
Again. Like 2008.
Where's that crystal ball at again? I'm sorry. Wait, you got a crystal ball in here? I mean, if I had that answer, maybe we wouldn't be sitting here.
Is it going to crash again? Will we be able to take advantage of a market fall?
My opinion is that, the market's going to change.
That's it.
Market's going to change. It is going to happen. It's going to change. Is it going to drastically drop off? I don't know. I don't expect that it will. We still have... in my opinion, based on statistics that we've seen, we still have years of catch up to do when it comes to our inventory. Yeah. Now that I'm selling homes in both Arizona and in Washington, I'm seeing numbers in several markets through our affiliation with REMAX, and we're still short of the demand that is there. Yeah. Now, what can equalize that? It's obviously if the demand slows down, right? Once it equalizes, which could take still... year, 2 years, 3 years, who knows? Yeah. Then we will see a shift. Maybe we see a shift into a buyer's market a little bit. But do I think it's going to be this crazy burst of a bubble and all of that? Yeah. I don't. I think we still have some still very positive economic things that are in place that'll keep that.
Like, why are you so different from everybody else in your family? Like,
okay, that's real. Like, you're really hitting it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you go back to this 2008, but let's know, who is William Collins, and why is William Collins the way he is today?
It all started in a small barn. The rain was pelting the sidewalls, and I entered the earth. No, who am I? I don't know how to answer that question. I feel like this. I feel like I have been blessed with an attitude of positivity and motivation and inspiration, and I have a desire for education and sharing the things that I've learned with people, right? And I feel like there's a whatever you call it, a gift, you call it whatever you want to call it, but that's just something that I have to give. That's a gift that God has given me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not burying my head in the sand. It's not that I don't look at those things. You can't not, but I don't engross myself to the point where it affects me. Why? Because as an entrepreneur, I have a responsibility to my clients to be able to help carry them through what is a very difficult process. Yeah. And if my emotional state is not up, if my emotional state is not positive, then how can I deliver a positive message to you as my client? So what I've done is I've learned about myself. When I watch those things, when I see, true crime or real life murder stories and things like that, that I go to bed with that. I wind up thinking about, man, what did that person feel right before they died? Really? Like I literally will stay up at night going, man, what was their last breath like? I will lose sleep thinking that if I watch those type of things. So that's just how I operate. That's how my mind works. Yeah. So I focus on the things that are going to advance me. I read things that are going to advance me. I want to learn new things. I want to figure out how do I create a positive environment around me. I want to be around people who are positive. If you're bringing me down, we're probably not going to be together very long because I can't hack it. Yeah. That's why you see me up. I'm always up. People say, man, how do you have so much energy? I want what he's having. It's because I focus on the things that we're supposed to focus on, and that does not include anything negative that's going to affect me when I'm going outside to interact with people.
You feel like you had that in your childhood?
I feel like I had a bit of that.
Kicked down a lot.
I was not the cool kid.
Not the cool kid.
I was not the cool kid. Okay. I was bullied sometimes when I was younger. I was definitely bullied. I was oftentimes not considered black enough. I was
I've heard
oftentimes
that one before.
not considered cool enough to be with the cool kids.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think I learned from that. Again, you want to talk about struggle?
Yeah.
I learned from that. Where does someone like me fit in? Like where do I go? Right?
Yeah.
I was the drifter, is what I would call it. Yeah. I was able to hang out with kids. I was able to hang out with this group over here, but I didn't really have my own thing. So it was me trying to find that identity. Yeah. And this is all, just years of discovery that I just learned about myself. Look, I don't necessarily have to belong to your group. Yeah. I don't necessarily have to do certain things. And so at the end of the day, it's about me and how I control my environment and my tempo, my mindset, and I protect it at all costs. Got a little surprise at the end of the book. I know you know about it, but the folks don't know about it.
Okay.
What I talk about in the book a little bit is...
I don't think I remember the surprise.
Well, what I talk about in the book is how when you were coming up, periodically when we go on vacations or you would do something really fun in your youth, I pulled out a journal. And every time you had those milestones in your life, or we would be on vacation, I would write to you in those journals. And over a period of about 10, 15 years, I just kept that journal with me. And when we dropped you off at college, what did I give you?
I remember you gave me that journal. Yeah.
Well, I talk about that in the book, and at the end of the book,
it made me cry.
I hope that means something to you, because it meant a lot to me. I think at the end of the book, you gave me permission. I actually put that at the end of the book to share with people those conversations that I was having with you in that journal. So you
printed every single page?
Yes, sir. Surprise! It is at the end of the book, every single page of the journal that I wrote to you throughout your life.
Wow. I did not know that.
You really didn't know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, I know. It's personal. There's a lot of stuff in there. You told me I could.
I didn't know what you were using it for.
Well, that's what we did.
You are an amazing father, and I am so thankful to
appreciate that.
Have both you and my mom. So it is a blessing to be able to have you guys both, mom and dad, physically.
Your mom is an amazing woman. She held the fort down. Yeah. Emotionally, financially, when we were going through all those struggles, she was the rock. And I don't for one second think I could have done anything that we did or have done for you without her.
Well, I think we're running out of time here.
Oh, man, thank you. This was nice. More to come, I hope. I hope we'll do this again, and we'll get into other subjects. Yeah. Hopefully the people give us some subjects that they want us to talk about. Yeah, definitely. Like you and your real estate career, how that's going. We all want to know about that.
We could talk
your
about
young
that.
Marriage. How do you go through that? Your house hacking, you got 15 roommates, and you ain't even had your wife to yourself since you've been married. How do you even deal with that? So there's a lot going on that we need to keep talking about.
Yeah, well, definitely. If you guys want to watch another one of these podcasts, let us know.
Let us know.
Put it in the comment section. Have any questions for either of us, let us know.
Go get the book.
And don't forget to get your copy of the one and only Respect the Struggle, by William Collins.
Coming out in June. Pre-order now. And let me say this. Pre-orders, 50% of the proceeds from the pre-orders are going to go to your yet to come nonprofit organization to help foster kids. Candace do great work in the community, helping the foster kids. He's picking up kids and taking them to church. Kids that would never have that opportunity. They're spending time in the group homes. They're literally going out of their way to raise funds and save and give kids Christmas presents that otherwise would not have this. So you guys are doing incredible work, man.
Well,
so I'm so proud of what you do.
Go get Respect the Struggle out in June. Pre-orders starting now. Thank you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.